consistency. Your personality remains fairly stable or consistent throughout your life. How do I mean? That is to say that you are likely to act in the same ways in a variety of situations for a very long time. For instance, do you still remember that classmate from high school who was always competing with the other students, with the other learners rather, and managed to succeed in achieving well in all subjects? Do you still remember that person? Assume you meet him 10 years later. Chances are that person, that classmate, is still motivated to achieve more. It is possible that even after 10 years, that person is still has the same drive, still motivated to achieve more. So that is what we mean when we say your personality can be stable. However, your interaction with others can influence changes in your personality. It can affect how you behave, your thoughts, your attitude, and your perception. Remember, we learn every day as we are interacting with the others. The second one, physiological. Your personality is also influenced by biological needs like the need to sleep, like the need to eat. This physiological characteristic focuses on the immediate fulfillment of physical basic needs and drives. For instance, a practical and a beautiful example will be that of a baby who starts to cry when it's hungry, and when the baby is fed, the physiological need is fulfilled and the baby stops crying. There's a need and there's a drive. The need being to eat, the need to eat, and the drive to cry so that you can be fed and fulfill the need. That is what we mean by physiological. Impacted behaviors and actions. Your personality can also causes you to act in certain way. Factors such as your current thoughts, feelings, goals can cause you to act in a certain way. Those feelings can impact your behaviors and actions. For instance, some individuals tend to say mean and hurtful things to others when they are angry. So you can see that in this case, your current mood, your feelings, being angry, is influencing your actions. You are lashing out of mean words and hurtful words to others. So that is what we mean when we say your mood, your feelings, your thoughts, your current thoughts can impact your behavior and action. It can causes you to act in a certain way. Lastly, multiple expression or different expressions. Your personality can be or can also be displayed in different forms. For instance, when the way that you display, how you display yourself at home is completely different from how you display yourself when you're with your friends in the public space. Right? When you are at home, you present yourself as this innocent, kind, loving person. But when you are with your friends, you become your true self. Someone who's completely different from that when you're at home. So that is what we mean by your personality can be expressed in different forms or can be expressed in multiple forms. Now let's move on to the temperament. Temperament is an interesting feature of personality and can be described as an inborn disposition to emotional responsiveness. An interesting feature of personality. Remember what we said about the personality? Said that personality is the combination of all your traits, your perceptions, your behavior, your emotions. Temperament, rather, on the other hand, it's part of your personality. Which part? Your emotional responsiveness, your usual mood. That is your temperament. It is divided into 9 aspects. First one, activity level, regularity, approach, withdrawal, adaptability, intensity of reaction, mood, persistence, distractibility, and sensitivity. These aspects will give you an idea of how easy or difficult a child is. The same can also be applied to adults. So it does not only apply to your learners, it applies to you as an adult as well. So I will start with the activity level. How active the child is generally. How do I mean when I say how active the child is generally? Activity level refers to how physically active a child is. When you go to the field, to the classroom, you will notice that the energy that your learners bring to the classroom vary from child to child. Some children feel the need to be up and moving all the time, whereas other children are more likely to move more slowly and engage in a quieter and calmer activities. And your job as an educator, you need to accommodate both learners, those who are more active and those who are less active in the classroom. Moving on to the next one, regularity. Biological rhythms / drives. Biological rhythms or drives. What are these? Regularity, these biological rhythms, and how do they fit in this topic, the temperament? Biological rhythms refer to the regularity of someone's intentional drives, like sleeping and eating.